Hi, I'm Gloria Brooks, founder of Nature Glows eScience, helping homeschoolers like you with progressive math and natural sciences through online courses, ideally for kids ages 10 to 18, but younger siblings who like to work independently or with older siblings or parents do well on my courses as well. So today we're going to talk about classical homeschool math versus unschool math. Woohoo! This is not something that I have seen on YouTube, so I'm really excited to present this to you today. So which is the best for you? So you'll get to discover that today. Also, do you like my cool shirt? So Zoom thought that because I'm wearing a green shirt that it would project the image on my shirt. I don't have a green background right now, so I just thought that was cool and decided to leave it. All right, so let's jump in and here we go. Whoosh. So I'm Gloria Brooks, founder of Nature Glows eScience, and that is a photo of me here in the Eastern Sierra, California, where I full-time van dwell. And I've been living out of a camper van now since 2013. So fun fact, with my dog, Rochelle Claire, who's now 15. All right, so classical education versus unschooling. Let's talk about the origins. So starting with classical education, let me snag my little laser pointer here and voila. So, yes, classical education began in ancient Greece and Rome, and so it's pretty ancient. Unschooling is actually older than classical education, believe it or not. It has been Humans have been using it since the beginning of humanity. But in the 1970s, John Holt reintroduced this ancient methodology that, indigenous tribes still use today. And it's growing in the homeschool community. So classical versus unschooling math methodology. All right, so we'll talk about the framework, the curriculum for classical homeschool and activities for radical unschoolers, teacher-parent roles, and direction. Now, classical homeschoolers use what's called the trivium, which includes grammar for grades 1 through 4, logical grades 5 through 8, and rhetoric grades 9 through 12, versus radical unschooling, which is child-led through real-life experiences such as cooking, baking, shopping, and building. Math can be found in all of those experiences. All right, so for classical homeschool education, they use traditional rote drill and practice math, usually from a math curriculum, also with discussion, as opposed to or versus compared with radical unschooling, where it is the children choose the activities and the resources. Sometimes they'll even choose curriculum. They'll choose living books, most popularly, math manipulatives, either formal or informal. Sometimes kids will just grab rocks from outdoors and create an informal math lesson using those. Experiences, discussion, board games, video games. Teacher role, teacher and parent role. So for classical homeschool, it's teacher guided. The teacher guides the students through a curriculum. But it is also guided by student input through guided questions and discussion. Now with radical unschooling, parents are the facilitators and math resource providers. As far as direction is concerned, with classical homeschool, it's teacher-led through demonstrations, writing on the board, using slideshows, PowerPoint, chalkboards, smart boards, questions and conversations with students. For radical unschoolers or unschoolers, math is child self-directed through practice, playing school, playing games. Bum, ba, bum, bum, bum. Classical education versus unschool math learning stages. Here we go. Let's dive in. So we have age grade over here on this side. Now for unschoolers, kids start unschooling, as soon as they're born. Kids, what are kids wanting to do as soon as they're born? They're wanting to learn to walk. They're wanting to learn to talk. They're wanting to play with the tools of the culture. They want to be in the kitchen with mommy or daddy helping them cook, underfoot usually. All right. But in classical homeschool education, kids typically start school at age 5, ages 5 to 9 for the grammar stage. Yeah. So let's talk about the grammar stage here with classical homeschool, grades 1 through 4. They absorb basic math operations and facts through rote memorization, drill, and practice. Versus radical unschooling development, the child is self-directed according to interests. Math is everywhere. For ages 10 to 13, typically grades 5 through 8, this is the logic stage here for classical homeschoolers. So this is for preteens who love questioning. Why do we need to learn this in math is the famous question. So this question is met through formal argument and discussion among classical homeschoolers. They study works of the best mathematicians and thinkers throughout history. Radical unschoolers, child-chosen math topics, usually through real-life activities such as cooking, baking, shopping, building, etc., questions and discussions with their parents or chosen mentors. For ages 14 to 18 or high school, this is the rhetoric stage for classical homeschoolers. Teens' need for self-expression, which is met through math presentations and deep discussion. For radical unschoolers, self-expression needs, teens' needs are met through chosen outlets such as outings, adventures, gaming, all of which include natural math connections and applications. Whoosh, zoom. Classical homeschool math, 5 popular curriculum picks. All right, so here they are. They're lined up here at the bottom. So let's jump right into it. We have number 1, Prentice Hall, represented by this image of one of their curriculums. Number 2, Right Start, represented here. This is a secular curriculum. Numbers 1 and 2 are both secular. Hands-On by Dr. Joan Cotter. I actually met her because I taught in a classical education school from 1999 to 2006 in Newark, Delaware. And Joan Cotter actually came to our school and taught us how to use her curriculum. It was really awesome. So it's based on the abacus. Let's see if I can zoom in. Nope, it doesn't let me zoom in. All right, but there are the little abacuses there. She developed her curriculum by studying Chinese culture math curriculum, but she's made it her own. She also uses lots of card games and tons of manipulatives. So it's very hands-on, which I was careful to label here. So yeah. Number 3, Rod and Staff. This is a Mennonite curriculum, traditional with rote, drill, and practice. Some kids absolutely love that, so that could be a great fit. It's just very black and white. There's a teacher guide, teacher manual, student manuals. Saxon Math. This is also secular curriculum, traditional with rote, drill, and practice. I use this curriculum as well when I taught in an alternative school for special needs high schoolers. So Saxon is another kind of black and white, just straightforward. There's a teacher manual, student hardback textbooks, and lots of drill and practice. Tons of review. Saxon is very famous for stacking on every time a student learns a new concept, they also review concepts that they learned previously. So it's very repetitive, but some kids like that and love that and thrive on that. Singapore Math is last. This is a very unique curriculum. Its use of word problems, pictures such as bar models, and manipulatives. And I believe Singapore is can be used for any worldview, faith or non-faith. So I guess that would classify it as secular. All right, classical education, popular curriculum, Singapore Math. I'm going to do a little demonstration here. It was developed in Singapore. Fun fact, when they switched to teaching their schools using the English language. So what they had to do is they had to insert pictures to help their students understand the math. Concrete, pictorial abstract. So pictorial helps make transition from concrete to abstract. All right, so let me just do a little demonstration here. I'm going to grab my little pen, and it's black. So here I am, and I'm presenting. Okay, I actually want black here. So let's change that to black so that you can see it. All right, so these are little books that I made when I was 8 years old. So that we have 3 little booklets. That's the concrete. And then what the teacher would do would be to draw the books on whatever drawing medium they're using. So that would be pictorial, an example of pictorial. And then we come to the abstract. So we have 3 books. So that's just a little short, sweet example of how Singapore math works. There's a lot more to it than that, of course. All right, so unschooling math resources. I'm going to show you 5 popular resources. So let me just go ahead and grab my laser again here, and bam, here we go. Child self-directed according to interests. So we're just reviewing here what unschool math looks like. The belief that math is everywhere, or rather the understanding that math is everywhere. Understand math learning happens everywhere and in real life experiences, again, such as through cooking, baking, shopping, building, even building forts. Parents facilitate rich math learning by getting the child their chosen resources, the resources that the child asks for or requests, and then providing experiences or adventures that the child requests through strewing. So strewing is the unschool act, or even relaxed or eclectic homeschool act, of laying out different learning materials that you want your kids to discover on accident. Well, not really on accident. So you would lay out storybooks on a table, maybe some math manipulatives on another coffee table, so that your child walks by and discovers and starts to interact with them. Baskets, morning baskets. This is another popular item or resource that unschoolers use. You can just lay out different math books inside of a basket, along with maybe some math puzzles, Legos, which are very mathematical, both in building and just the little dots that in themselves can be used for multiplication, addition, division. Very rich experience. A well-stocked library. Learning areas both indoors and outdoors. Don't forget the outdoors. That's a rich opportunity for connecting with nature's math. Going on adventures, car trips. Bam. Unschool resources, math living books, story read alouds, picture books, puzzle and logic books, and math activity books. So let's look at a few examples. So we have Ben Franklin and the Magic Squares. I wish I could zoom in to show this to you better. If you can make your screen full view, do that now so you can see this. So this is a perfect example of a story read aloud, a picture book. It has pictures. Puzzle and logic is also in here. Magic Squares is really something awesome. And so it's the story of how he came up with Magic Squares, Benjamin Franklin. All right, and you also cover history, so it's like a unit study as well. All right, and then we have this really awesome book from DK. I love DK. They have fabulous resources. So this book is called Amazing Visual Math, and as you can see, it's very hands-on. There's these little flaps talking about these different geometric shapes. There's a puzzle. And then here's another example of just a really beautiful hands-on math experience that an unschooler can have. All right, unschool math resources, hands-on. So math manipulatives. So homeschool parents will typically get math manipulatives such as the abacus. You could use the Right Start program abacus. Puzzles, counting objects. You can fill jars with beads, coins, beans. That's supposed to say beans, not beads again. Math games and game schooling math, board games, card games, math art projects. Outdoor experiences such as free play, looking for nature's numbers, patterns, and geometric shapes. Now, I want to, did you know? I'm going to stop screen sharing here. Okay, stop share. So I want to have a little heart-to-heart with you. So did you know that the most powerful way for kids to learn math isn't from textbook or from a traditional math curriculum? So, and that's all great. I've done all of that. I've done teaching from textbooks, and I've used the Right Start curriculum, and it's fabulous. It's really great. And kids can use that too. But, and I know it sounds crazy because we're so used to hearing about all these different math curriculums and how kids must learn all the varying math concepts by a certain age and grade level, or they won't be ready for high school or college. So the truth is, there's actually something very powerful for your kids' math learning that you can use right alongside with classical, or if you're going to be somewhere in between classical education and unschooling, you can do this too. So I'm going to share with you 3 secrets that are going to revolutionize the way you do homeschool math and help your child learn it in a fun and living way. Okay, so here we go. Get ready. The 3 math learning secrets. So what are they? What am I talking about? It begins with learning to see math everywhere around you. And I know what you're probably thinking. Learning to see math everywhere around you isn't going to help your child pass those math tests or learn high school and college math. But hear me out. I'm going to show you a way that you can start incorporating real life math in your daily homeschool math learning routines so that your child can get an exciting, adventurous math learning experience you've only dreamed of that will help you exceed traditional math education expectations. All right, so math secret number 1. So math secret number 1 is that math is found everywhere around you, and you can find math right here and now, starting with your own body. It's found in the beautiful spirals, found in the hair whorl right at the top of your head, to your tiny spiral inner ear cochlea, to the fractal skin cracked pattern found on the back of your hand. So why is this so important? So if you look at the back of your hand right now, and you'll see the same fractal, cracked, or branching pattern found in tree branches, leaves, and lightning bolts. Now, learning to see nature's patterns, such as fractals repeatedly found all around you in the natural world, gives back to you that which our modern day culture is losing, an invaluable connection with the earth through finding and carefully observing nature's most common yet beautiful geometric patterns. All right, math secret number 2. So secret number 2 is that looking for nature's 5 most common patterns, including circular, hexagonal, such as found in honeycombs, spiral, fractal, and lines, connects you to the language of the universe. The universe was written in the language of mathematics. That's a quote from Galileo Galilei. That connects math with science in a very deep, living, beautiful, and meaningful way. So actually, math and science are very tightly connected to each other. They can be learned together. In fact, that's what brings math alive, is connecting it with science. Math secret number 3. And the third secret is to relearn math again through real-life connections, child-led fun outdoor adventures, games, and projects. This all opens the doorway for your children to learn math by seeing it everywhere around them, thus motivating them finally to want to interact with math through play, games, art, building, cooking, puzzles, making change, and expressing their learning through creative math projects and inventions. So you might be asking, how do I get access to the tools helping you and your kids learn to see math everywhere? So I've actually created this amazing short e-guide called Math Learning Secrets, teaching you how to learn to see math everywhere through nature's geometric patterns, art, architecture, games, puzzles, and more. It will help you do all of those things that I just mentioned. It's going to nurture, excite, and inspire you and your child to fall in love with math through fun and real life connections. And what's so great is that you can use the Math Learning Secrets e-guide to help you facilitate math learning for all of your kids pre-K to 12th grade. All right, so let me just show you a picture of what this looks like. So I'm going to share my screen again, and bada boom, here it is. So let me just enlarge this view for you. And whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry about that. Okay, anyway, that's what it looks like. And I'm going to stop screen sharing here because this is getting too fiddly. All right, so this is suited for both classical homeschool and unschooling math. So the framework to help you, the parent, to learn to see and use math everywhere around you so that you can facilitate your child's rich math learning experience. So go ahead now and click the link with this video and you can get access to the Math Learning Secrets Guide today. Prices will go up soon, so make sure that you get it today. If you don't, this affordable price may have gone up. So again, click on the link below and I will see you on the inside. All right. So give me a thumbs up and hit subscribe and ding that little bell so that you can hear from me right away when I release my next math and science homeschool goodness. Thanks for watching. Signing off here as Gloria Brooks, founder of Nature Glows eScience. Bye for now. See you again soon.